Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a team came together to honor one of their members whose life was taken too soon. And one group has started a new Christmas tradition as they hope to pay respects to the graves of long-forgotten children.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Carmouche. We are at that 5:30 mark this Monday morning, and today is December 2nd. Let's check in with meteorologist Megan Desmond for a look at your forecast this morning. We can't even be upset that it's cold anymore, like it's officially December, like cold is our game now.
Just part of the story at this point, but we're still quite colder than we normally are for this time of year. So while we are cold, it should be better than this, but I mean, taking a look at those temperatures out the door, it's just quite chilly as you're heading out. I mean, 27 degrees here in Hazard, 26 in Pikeville, and if you are in Logan or Wise, 23 degrees. And you don't have much luck as you're going throughout the rest of your day, as those high temperatures won't be warming up too much. I mean, we're looking at the mid-30s as you're getting to the warmest part of the day, 30 degrees as you're heading towards Wise, 32 in Clintwood. And luckily, if you're heading towards Jacksboro, you're almost getting to that 40-degree mark. 39 is your high temperature. But we did have just the slightest bit of snow move through the area this morning, but it's clearing out, leaving the live pinpoint Doppler radar to be nice and clear this morning. And as you're going through the next couple hours, those feels like temperatures are really just going to stay quite cold. We do have some sun peeking out as you're going through the midday hours, but the clouds will be taking over as you're heading into your afternoon. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. A Kentucky student killed in a crash is being honored by her former basketball teams. Kennedy Mullet died last week. She was a cheerleader at the University of Pikeville. She played basketball for both Martin County and Tug Valley. They faced off in a memorial game for Mullet Saturday. Those who knew her best say she touched the lives of many people.
Her being a cheerleader and a basketball player, as well as a Jack Kentucky member, she was out in the community a lot. She touched a lot of people's hearts, and to see that they've renamed this game that's between her old high school and this high school, she would have loved it. She would have absolutely loved it.
A plaque was given to Mullet's family from the team in her memory. The head coach says her number 23 will be retired. A Southern Kentucky family wants this Christmas season to be extra special for a beloved member who has had a rough couple of years because of cancer. Richard Abbott of Somerset has leukemia. Doctors have told him he likely has less than 1 year to live. His family would like to see him receive as many Christmas cards as possible this season. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to Abbott and his family about their wish.
It was this time of the year 2 years ago that the Abbott family received some devastating news about Richard.
They told him that if he made it a year, it would be a miracle. So I prayed to God for a miracle, and I've got him for 2 years now.
Richard Abbott has plasma cell leukemia.
We're to the point that there is no more they can do.
Crystal says their 11 grandchildren came up with an idea in an attempt to break a world record.
Let's have people to make Christmas cards and send them. Or let's sign Papa up so his name will go in the big book.
This Christmas, I feel like is going to mean like a lot because of everything that's been going on this year.
Abbott was a local business owner, and for almost 3 decades, his family says he was extremely generous, trusting people to simply come back and pay later. Many of them did. And now his family is asking for this small favor for this holiday season. Abbott says there's a simple reason why he was so generous.
If you see a man struggling, you're supposed to help him out of the ditch.
Richard may be in quite the low place now, but he's looking up, literally.
I even told the doctors, I said it's in God's hands. He can do whatever he wants.
And this family is hoping people will simply send a card this Christmas season. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Crystal Abbott says she researched how many cards Richard would have to receive to break the world record, and it says about 350 million. If you would like to send a card, we have more information on our website, WYMT.com. The Lexington Cemetery was established in the 1800s and has become a final resting place for thousands of people. As one Central Kentucky woman came to visit the graves of her loved ones, she noticed some graves needed a little extra love. Teresa Sloan and numerous people have now made it a yearly tradition around Christmas time to decorate the graves of Babyland, the area of the cemetery dedicated to the graves of babies and young children. Sloan says volunteers have around 1,500 handmade bows that they are placing on these graves. She says this labor of love means that no matter how big or small your life is, it matters.
How long's it been since people have been to some of these? They date back to the 40s, the early 40s. And, you know, families die out, or they're older, they can't make it out here. I just want to remember them and let people know that they are remembered. They were here. They were here, whether it was for a few hours, whether it was for a few years, but they were here.
Sloan says her decorating started as a way to remember her granddaughter who died from SIDS. Now she says her goal is to get more people involved in this tradition so they can continue the work when she's no longer able to. A holiday tradition in Western Kentucky is adding some competition to Christmas decorations, all for a good cause. The display is an annual event hosted by the Houchin Center for Women. This year, 26 trees are being shown in the exhibit. They are all decorated by different community organizations and nonprofits. The center's president, Caroline Flora, calls it a magical experience.
I love it when kids come in on open house and just, you know, their little eyes looking at all the ornaments and the trees and all the magical. I just love all the Christmas holiday events.
The exhibit is open daily through December 24th. The Lexington Hope Center served hundreds of meals to the unhoused community this past weekend. For the fourth year, the Walk restaurant gave more than 1,000 Thanksgiving meals to organizations that serve people in need. Chris Reams with the Hope Center says just one meal can make a difference by starting a connection and conversation.
It's been a really kind of key moment for our clients to get the care and the access that they need to be able to rebuild their lives.
As the temperatures continue to drop and Kentucky is expecting snow, the Hope Center is providing emergency shelter, clothes, and food for more than 100 homeless people this winter. When we return, one of the NFL's highest profile quarterbacks is tying the knot after his recent announcement last week.
And snow is in the forecast tonight. More information on the timing coming up.